Today I have Alex Falzon. He's a coach, leadership coach, and trainer. He's been doing this since January 2020. He just told me a bit about his experience and how he got into this business. Previously, sales profession. So I'm assuming that he learned a lot where he felt that he could apply his skills and what he's learned and help others. In fact, one of his mottos is unlocking people's potential so they can become a better version of themselves. So, Alex, thanks for coming on Strive to Thrive. It's a pleasure. I've heard a lot about you in your profession since you have a new page. The idea of Strive to Thrive is to inspire people that are looking to level up in their lives, level up in their career. And coaching is something that I really believe in. I do use a coach myself. I'm very active in learning. I'm avid reader. I'm learning all the time. When I go to Remax conventions, I'm always attending the conferences, and if there's a course here and there, I attend, even if it's a basic course. So, tell me a bit about your profession, and how what is coaching. Why do people need a coach? And let's kind of remove that myth that you're a coach because you're not good enough, or that is all wrong, because I've learned that coaching is something that most of the biggest business people in the world have a coach. So tell us.
Thank you for having me, Jeff, and it's a pleasure being here. I've been in sales for 18 years, and over the journey, I always felt the need to grow, and I didn't really find the resources to grow. Most training was done in the real estate, but in other sales roles, there wasn't this training or coaching element. So one fine day, I started off my business, taking a big leap of faith. And I said, okay, if I needed this, I'll create something, because I'm sure someone else needs this. So I started my own business in coaching and training. So, and as you said, it's very, very important that people take responsibility of their own personal development. Being coaching, mentoring, reading, audiobooks, webinars, anything. It all boils down to taking responsibility of how much you want to grow. And then it reflects on your results. So if you haven't got any development over the years, it's basically, you know exactly what you knew a few years ago. And it doesn't have to be the company you work for that like forces you to train something or develop. You have to take that responsibility. And I'm very passionate about coaching, because coaching brings the magic. It unlocks people's potential. It first of all, as coaches, we see people as doing the best with what they have. So we see people as unique.
What's the difference between training and coaching?
Okay.
Because I think that's important that the audience.
Training is I use this little connotation. So training is like medicine. So really and truly, it's like fixing something, helping something. You know, I need to understand how to sell, how to get leads. So I train you in that. Coaching is the vitamins. So I know all what has to be done, but I'm not getting there. I don't have the drive to get there. Something's blocking me. So I need a coach. I need a coach who will ask me the hard questions in a safe environment, and will really challenge me out of my comfort zone. But how many people would do that on their own? Very few. So you really need someone to hold you accountable, and that would be a coach.
Now we know what coaching is versus training. So if being a coach and seeing people move up that level and helping them, what do you believe are the 3 pillars of success, of what someone needs to be consistent in doing, something that they need to be passionate of, and what makes them jump that level? Because there has to be something that actually triggers them to success.
Yes. When it comes to coaching, people need, as you said, need to be consistent. And I'd like to go back to a previous point you made, where when you speak about coaching, sometimes people get scared. You know, they say, look, I don't really need coaching. I mean, what coaching is an off thing, you know, something I don't want to do. Primarily because I believe that we haven't yet educated enough the market what coaching is all about. And as you said, most successful people have a coach. And they have the coach because, as you said, consistency is key. A coach holds you consistent to what you want to achieve. And in coaching, what we do is we agree on a big goal. So we sit down and we say, okay, Jeff, what would you like to do in this next 90 days? Let's call it 90-day sprint, which we use in coaching. And we have a chat around that, and we contract. And then when we've created that goal, a smart goal, which makes sense, specific, measurable, etc., then we have coaching sessions aligned to that that big contract. And obviously, the coachee needs to be present for the coaching sessions and make sure that between one coaching session and another, he is doing the tasks agreed with the coach. So that holds the consistency.
So you give the person tasks to do to level up.
Not really. I don't really give him the task. We agree before we start the coaching that I will task him. The task comes out from the coachee. So I would ask you the task, and then in that case I will hold you accountable for that task. So I will never force you to do any task you don't want to do, because you won't do it. And the moment you come up with that task, it's already half done, because it's coming out from you. And that goes back to sales coaching. A lot of sales leaders tell their people what to do. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. But if they take the coaching hat, they say, okay, what do you need to do to get there? They're coming up with their own solutions. And the moment they come up with their solutions, they already know how to deploy them.
And they own it.
Yeah. So as a coach and as a sales leader, I will need to hold my people accountable for their tasks.
Right.
And I was reading a book the other day, and there was a study by Harvard Business Review. It said 60% of people would leave their leader because they weren't coached.
Right.
So it's so important that in leadership, and it brings back to what I really do, leadership, coaching, training, it's all sales. It's very important that the leader knows how to wear the coaching hat. And to know how to wear the coaching hat, he needs to understand the difference between coaching, mentoring, and training.
So you're saying even heads of departments should learn to coach?
Definitely. Definitely. And it's not just sales, in any role. Because if you coach people, first of all, you're asking them for the answers themselves. You're making them important because you're actually listening to what they're saying. You're not telling them what to do, so there's no difference in level. We're partnering this. And I am believing in you to come up with the answer. But I will then hold you accountable for it. And that creates habits. Because if you do the task we asked to do last time, and then the next time you do it again and you get it again, you get into like a snowball effect where you start delivering from a consistency point of view. Everyone can be a leader, because leadership is about caring for the people around you. So if you can manage to care for people, you can lead. Now, what can you do? First of all, as we said before, you take responsibility of your own development. So you actually plan it out. You say, listen, I really want to improve in this area. And you set goals. When you set goals, you start visualizing them. It starts to happen. The magic starts to happen. And when we say visualize, you have to see them on a regular basis, ideally every day. Somewhere where you can see it all the time. It's on your screen, on your monitor, on your phone, in your car. Just write it down. Write the goals down so you can visualize them. And then you have to stick to them. It's not the motivation that gets you there, it's the discipline. So you start instilling the discipline to achieve that goals. And the third part is breaking down the goals into small steps. So I would like to run the half marathon in March. But if I think about it today, I won't manage. But I need to start thinking of the small steps. So let me go for a walk, for a 1K walk. And then I get to a 2K walk, and then maybe a 5K walk and a 5K run. So I break it down in small steps. So starting with the first step, like I did with my business 2020. I didn't know where it's going to go. I said, let's take this leap of faith, let's take the first step and then build on top of that. So really and truly is make sure having the right goals, seeing them, taking an accountability partner who keeps you disciplined to that goals, and finally find someone who will keep you accountable for that goal.
Like a coach.
Like a coach or a mentor or an accountability partner. It doesn't really need to be a coach. It can be someone who will hold you accountable for it. So it could be a relative, could be someone else. But make sure that they check in on you on a regular basis to see the progress.
Thanks, Alex. So where does mindset come into the whole picture? Because if I'm going to be successful and I want it, the mindset needs to be completely different to someone who is just moving along in their lives. So what kind of mindset does someone need to have to actually take that leap and be successful?
Exactly. So it's a growth mindset. You have to embrace the growth mindset. So growth mindset means that you can improve. Right. And there's it's scientifically proven that the more you use your brain, the more parts you create, the better you become at that particular thing. So habit, it goes back to habit. So the more I train something particular, the better I get in that particular skill. So you have to embrace the growth mindset. So which opposes the fixed mindset, where we say you're stuck with that. And again, it boils down to taking responsibility for it. So if I want to grow, I will always find the right or the wrong reasons out there not to grow or to grow. It boils down to how much I really want it. And we say mindset is everything. And in sales, it is everything. Because you can be the most experienced salesperson, sales leader, with the wrong mindset, and you don't get any results. So you have to take responsibility of the mindset. You have to make sure you train the mindset, make sure you're refreshing the mindset, make sure you are filling your mindset with the right things.
How do you keep it?
I'm
a salesperson. I'm in real estate, and I hit 6 goalposts. I'm down. I know the mindset was there, but I keep on hitting. How do I keep it? Do I keep reading? Do I keep going back to basics? Do I keep doing what I was doing? How do I keep it? Because I know the coach is going to help me. He's going to try and lift me up, but from a personal point of view, you need to have some positivity.
Okay. So the first thing I would do, you hit 6 goalposts. So you're getting close. Yeah. Start looking at the positive. So you have 6 goalposts. So you had very good 6 chances of closing. So you're coming close to something. Then you really have to think, being honest with yourself, what's missing for me to get the ball in the net rather than hit the goalpost? And then maybe refresh my mindset, because I might be going to my next client with my previous mindset, where I'm going to hit the post. And perception is projection, we say in NLP. So most of the times we see what we want to see. So really and truly, unconsciously, our body language, our tone of voice starts reflecting that mindset. So we need to refresh our mindset. Now what I do, listen to good music, go for a walk, move around, drink a couple of glasses of water, have a rest, refresh, whatever works for anyone. But you need to get out of that mindset.
And be solution orientated, I suppose. See what you're doing. Look back. Oh, maybe I should try this. Is that correct?
Exactly. Because if I know that particular music puts me in the right mindset, then it will change my tone of voice, my body language, and the words I say. So if I'm going with the right mindset to the next client, the chance of hitting the post is less, because I am projecting that onto the client. So I have to really work on the mindset. And sometimes we get in this vicious circle where we don't stop to break the mindset. So things are getting not the way we like them to get, and we keep on getting them because we're in the same mindset. So we need to stop, and that's probably why coaching helps as well, because it helps us reflect, stop, and say, okay, what have I learned from hitting the 6 posts? What I have done right in those? So what has got me there? Now, what do I need to tweak to start scoring?
Okay, thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
You have a Facebook page?
Yes, it's called the Sales Profession Malta. It's all about building pride in the sales profession. It started off just for fun, but there's 1,400 members in it, and anyone who'd be interested, just please join on the Facebook.
Anything else that you'd like to tell my audience before we close the session?
Thank you, first of all, Jeff, and always believe in yourself. the person that believes in you is you. So start from there. And when you're having a tough day, just think of all the wins, think positive, and channel it through.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Coaching is something that I've always been fond of. I love it. I'm really happy that Alex came on the podcast. Coaching is a great, great tool to use. Think about it, read about it. It will affect you in a positive way, and you will edge up and take that step and be successful. Thanks a lot, Al.